I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-looking for another load. Well, it's a family tradition, any Rocky Mountain day. Our fathers before us showed us the way. We work for asphalt cowboys and concrete kings, but that's never been a problem, cause we got diesel in our veins. We've got diesel in our veins. I see those big...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Channel 23 podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to reach out and touch the fleet, to engage and inform everyone with all things JFW. In the studio today is our normal crew. We got Jim White, Brother Dave White, and Super Dave Weldon.
What's happening, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
I feel like it's an amazing morning to say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get into the trucker prayer, we want to bring a little bit of a special attention to, if you guys remember Amber, she used to work upstairs. Her husband has a cancer diagnosis, and we want to just keep him in our thoughts while we say this trucker's prayer today. Father God, we thank you for the opportunity to go out and do some trucking today. We pray for the safety of our fleet, all of their families, and all the other families and individuals we come across on the road today. We pray for patience and in making the good, safe decisions. We pray to be accident-free and that we all make it back to the comforts of our homes this evening. We pray for healing and 100% recovery for all of our family members that are ill. No matter what, we trust you, God, and it's in Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
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 As a reminder, anything you hear on today's podcast is not the opinion of JFW's. It's just the four men in this room's expressed opinion. Episode 212. 279 downloads. We are at 106.5 thousand total downloads, and we have 927 followers.
That's great.
That's awesome.
That has Pizza Party written all over it. So. I'm not going to try to sneak you guys today. I'm just going to come out with my dad joke.
Okay. Come out swinging.
Yep.
I like it.
It's a religious joke, so I hope you guys can handle it.
So is mine.
Praise God.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope it's not the same one.
I doubt it for some reason.
But do you guys know what you call a nun that's sleepwalking? Super Dave?
No, I do not.
Come on, guys, think.
Nun habit,
nun.
a habit, walking habit, I don't know.
Huh. How about a Roman Catholic?
That's a good one.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one's good.
What do you guys got?
Well, since you brought it up, did you hear about the young newlywed couple that wanted to join the church, Jam?
I have not.
Haven't? So the pastor told him we have special requirements for new parishioners. Parishioners, thank you. Still can't say it.
Parishioners.
Parishioners.
There you
go. There we go. You must abstain from having sex for 2 weeks. Oh. The couple agreed and came back at the end of 2 weeks. The pastor asked them, well, were you able to get through the 2 weeks without being intimate? Pastor, I'm afraid we were not able to go without sex for 2 weeks. The young man replied. What happened? Inquired the pastor. My wife was reaching for a can of corn on the top shelf and dropped it. When she bent over to pick it up, I was overcome with lust and took advantage of her right there. You understand, of course, that means you will not be able to be welcome to the church. And the young man said, that's okay. We're not welcome in the grocery store anymore either.
That's good.
I like that one.
I'm going to tell my priest that one.
Pretty clean, I guess.
Yeah, not bad.
Those ones that come at you from a different
It's
direction.
definitely better than Super Dave's last week.
I got some great compliments on that one.
I'll have to go back and listen to that one.
I'm telling you what,
Super Dave.
everybody wants to.
skiing?
I'll go to you talking about skiing.
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple of them here. I got a little Johnny joke and then a college joke since the college football just finished up on Monday night there.
Love
But,
little Johnny jokes.
Yeah, little Johnny. The teacher says, Johnny, If I gave you 2 cats and another 2 cats and another 2, how many would you have? Johnny immediately replies, 7. Teacher, no, Johnny, listen carefully. If I gave you 2 cats and another 2 cats and another 2, how many would you have? Johnny immediately replies, 7. The teacher says, all right, Johnny, let me put it to you differently. If I gave you 2 apples and another 2 apples and another 2, how many would you have? Johnny says 6. The teacher says, okay, good. Now, if I gave you 2 cats and another 2 cats and another 2, how many would you have? Johnny immediately, 7. The teacher says, Johnny, where the heck did you get 7 from? Johnny goes, because I've already got 1 freaking cat.
That's funny.
That is good. Then the college football one, I kind of got a kick out of this. This giant freshman shows up, and he wants to try out for the football team, and the coach says, can you tackle? The kid says, watch this, said the freshman. He proceeded to run smack into a telephone pole, shattering it into splinters. Wow, said the coach. I'm impressed. Can you run? Of course I can run, said the freshman. He was off like a shot, and in just over 9 seconds, he'd ran a 100-yard dash. Great, enthused the coach. But can you pass a football? The freshman hesitated for a few minutes and said, well, sir, if I can swallow it, I can probably pass it.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
You done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Ba-da-batch.
Why do fish live in salt water?
I don't know.
Well, because pepper makes them sneeze.
Ooh. Good point. That's a good
And
point.
why do milking stools only have 3 legs?
This ought to be good.
Yeah.
Because the cow's got the udder.
Ah,
And
Those are a couple good dad
They
jokes.
are.
yep, and last but not least, why did Mickey Mouse take a trip into space?
I don't know, Dave.
Gotta have something to do with Goofy.
Close, because he was looking for his buddy Pluto.
there we go.
Oh, there you go. 3
Yeah.
dad jokes.
Yep,
Classic
those
dad
are good dad jokes, Dave.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right, new employees this week. We got Danny Ortega, Chris Perez, Hobie Breckenridge, and Luis Garcia. Welcome to the fleet, man.
Welcome.
And then we had Eddie Berry starting the shop this week as well. So
Awesome. Yeah, welcome, everybody.
welcome to the shop, Eddie. Anniversaries, we got Dale Boys hit 5 years this past Monday the 19th. Happy anniversary, Dale.
Congratulations, Dale.
Yeah, way to go,
Birthdays.
Dale.
Gerardo Sanchez had a birthday yesterday. And then Gilbert, the Ghost Benny, has a birthday this Saturday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Gilbert.
birthday, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Family birthday celebrations. Kaylin Baldwin's wife, Hope, has a birthday coming up this Friday. Happy birthday, Hope.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Birthdays.
Shout outs. JRs wants to give a shout out to Jose Barraza, who helped Jimmy Cruz get pulled out and unstuck at Morton when getting loaded with dirt. Nice job, Jose.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep. Dispatch, Linda wants to thank Ghost for helping covering Thursday night cores and Coleman for helping on Thursday night cores. Plus thank you to Dustin Romero Jr. and Tino Bailey, Hollywood, for coming in extra early to bridge the gap between night and day cores. It all helps so much.
That is
Yeah,
great.
that-
When
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, that was like a fire drill right there. You know, I was listening to my company radio on my way home, and Ghost was headed up for another load, and then she's like, well, I might need to have you preload another one, and I'm like, oh my God, Mike's not coming in tonight.
Yep.
So Mike has been struggling with, I don't know what it is, a sinus infection or something, but
I don't know, because he was kind of describing it to you at the end of the year party,
Yeah.
the Christmas party, Dave, and man, he sounds rough.
yeah, he did have a name for it, didn't he? So it was something, I don't know.
I don't know, because didn't they end up like cutting his face to drain his sinuses or something
No,
like
I
that?
don't
Or
think so.
No. It was-
But,
yeah, I was just getting bits or pieces of it.
yeah,
But anyway,
no, they didn't do that, but
I know he's not feeling good.
no.
Also-
No, but I tell you what, when the rest of the team, that is together right
Yep,
there.
yep.
Together
Oh,
we
yeah.
are JFW.
Yeah.
And they stepped up, and I was talking to Ghost the next day, and he was like, well, yeah, it was nothing. No worries. Because he was here on time. He was driving in at 5 o'clock when I was getting out of my
Wow.
truck.
Go get a load.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he stopped me, last week and just said thank you for everything. And he said, it's just no big deal.
Huh?
Don't
Crazy. Yeah,
don't
just-
think how long it's going to take to get there. Just think about getting there and just enjoying the trip. And
Right.
like you guys just said, it's just like, nope, going to haul a load. Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Jim and Dave White for having another holiday party, end of year party, and then also to everyone involved in setting the holiday party up and breaking it down. I know we got a lot of moving parts going on, and it probably would have been easier not to have a party, But in JFW fashion, we pulled it off. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, it is nice to, kind of a hassle to get going on it, but it is nice to break bread with everybody and everybody here. And, it's funny when we were, Boof, you set up the tables and you put some tablecloths and how nice the shop looked, and then you break it all back down again. Oh, it's just a shop.
Time to go to work.
Yeah.
And Frank's, boy, they've got the drill down too. I mean, they were set up in 10 minutes.
Yeah, they were really fast. We could, I know we only went 30 minutes later than what we said, but it worked out much better this year than last year, kind of waiting for people. So seeing everybody.
We had the sense of urgency to bring everybody in, so that helped.
Get some of that barbecue.
Yeah.
It was a
Was
good day
it
to do
good,
it.
Jam?
Oh, so good. Yeah. Saturday morning barbecue breakfast is
Right?
it's the way to go.
Yeah.
So good. Any shout outs from you guys?
I don't know, it seems so weird the last few weeks, just with the holidays and my knee surgery. I've been like in and out and here, and I just know I get like Chris Beam shouted out. You guys must have mentioned I was off last week with my knee, and he gave me a shout out. Hope I was feeling better. And
Nice.
Big John's not here anymore, but had a lot of people reach out and hope I was doing well and things like that. So it's been really nice. So shout out back to you guys that took the time to ask how I was doing, and just take some time. That's all.
Sweet.
So.
I know you have it on here, Jam, but everybody that was involved in the setup for the holiday party, I just know Joanne works her ass off getting all that stuff done.
Oh, yeah.
And, she's just been under the gun for 3 months now with the switch of our platform we're using for payroll and all of that. And it's just, she's loaded. You know what I mean? She's on the Stay Loaded program, and she's loaded right now. And just to take on another something, and I know Ann has been so involved in everything, and it's a lot on all their shoulders. So, shout out to that whole team. But
I think next couple of weeks we'll get that under her belt, get the W-2s out and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Ryan helping, and I know Ryan jumped right in with the helping setup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
There's a shout out, Jim. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Ryan.
Actually, shout out to Ryan because she has a really great attitude.
Yes.
She
She
comes
does.
in ready to go, and when she leaves, she's the same person.
Yep.
Very consistent in her attitude, and
Yes.
I like it.
quite a bit of positivity there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to just never ask. She just jumped in on setting up tables and putting chairs out and centerpiece. You know what I mean? Like it was just happening. Like she'd done it the last 5 years with us. That is impressive to me.
Little fun fact about Ryan is she's a wrestling coach. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So don't let her double leg takedown on you.
Right? Yeah.
She may be little, but she'll wrap you up.
Yeah. She's got any of those special wrestling moves like
She'll take me
the
out of my
claw,
knees.
the kidney buster, any of those.
Put you in a headlock.
That's more like
take you
WWE.
down.
Oh, not that kind of wrestling.
Backflip off the top rope.
Real wrestling. Okay, all right.
Yep, but she coaches like 5-year-old kids.
Yeah.
So she says it's so much fun.
That's what, Dave, when we did the interview. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, drivers doing it right. I love when drivers are doing it right. It
Yes.
makes me real happy.
Yep.
Yes.
Ron DeFron. Ron's been back for just a few weeks, and he's already being noticed for doing it right. So
that
that's
awesome?
That
good.
is awesome.
that is
Good
awesome.
Good job, Ron.
Yes.
And then Rudy Perez. I don't know if he goes by Rudy, but Rodolfo. I just assume it's Rudy.
He does, yeah.
Okay, so Rudy Perez, also recognized for doing it right. Doing it right means looking out the back window when you're dumping, not speeding, not following too close, doing everything right. So, good job.
That is great.
Yep.
Did the Sarge come back yesterday? Was that
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yep.
And he is looking forward to it. I can't wait to get to the tips and tricks. It's a good one.
Oh, good.
But before we do that, we have the rest of the podcast to get through. Super Dave, on the discussion topics, the first one is yours. I mean, I kind of wrote what you wrote, but you want to just talk about your experience here last week?
Yeah, that was actually Mango Mike. He really left a long message, but he was, engaged, and he was very, it torqued him off. So he was passionate about it. So he went to grab a couple trucks. The Night Coors guy does not have a truck. He has to preload a lot, and he's, in and out of other trucks. But he got into 2 trucks. They were both low on oil. One of them was actually 3 gallons low.
Good Lord.
And that's just so bad, because it means that driver never checks his oil.
Negligent.
Because those trucks don't use a whole lot of oil.
That's it, Dave. Yeah.
And so if it's 3 gallons, that truck probably dipstick hasn't been pulled in 6 months. I don't know, But upon returning to the yard, he was, okay. So anyway, then he got into another truck that the oil didn't even touch the dipstick, which is 2 gallons low. And then also it needed fuel. So, he's just a little frustrated at the condition of these trucks that he's getting into. They're just not being post-tripped, and the drivers are not having respect for the night guy that is going to be taking out their truck. And he just wanted to let us know. He didn't point any fingers. He didn't tell me any truck numbers. So that's something that we need to keep our eye on. And as we move forward in today's topic list, we're going to touch on that topic with the DVIRs. So
Yes,
Sweet.
we are.
Yeah, and that's not really not getting the truck ready for the night guy or anything like that. That's just not taking care of your truck.
Yeah.
There's no way, like you said, Dave.
Yeah,
Any one of the
3
trucks.
gallons?
Yeah, there's just no way. That's just not doing it at all for anybody, yourself or the company or anything.
I mean, that's not caring. Now,
Yeah.
if that's somebody's assigned truck, I mean, honestly, I think that driver should be let go.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's not
all
assigned
signed.
and people are in and out of the truck, or if he was on vacation and it's being a slip seat truck right now.
Yep, you're right. It could be.
Yeah, then, I mean, it's still not an excuse. Somebody needs to check the oil. I mean, that's the first thing. It's the first thing I do when I drive a truck in the morning is I check the oil. Like,
Right.
let's
Yeah.
start there.
Yeah, really, Jam, the way you're setting it up is if, somebody's off or a slip seat or Mike, grabs a truck or whatever, that would mean that the truck got checked like 3 or 4 times
It should
more.
be overchecked. Yeah, like
Overchecked,
everyone should
because
be checking.
all these guys got in this truck. Yeah, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and Mike cares so much. He says, should I take a few days and walk through every truck in the yard to check the oil? And I said, no.
Sure.
No, Mike, you don't need to do that. We need to make sure everybody's checking the oil on their trucks. You
would've been
shouldn't
like-
have to do that.
Yes, please, clock in and do it. Save us an engine or 2.
Yes. Interesting.
Just shouldn't have to do that, though.
Shouldn't have to do it.
It's a lot of things we shouldn't have to do, which brings me to our next topic, and that is mandatory safety meetings. So that program has started back up. We started it before the end of the year. We had our first set of safety meetings with people who do not listen to the podcast and are not engaged with the knowledge challenge. Unfortunately, we had to kick that back up, and we had our first one yesterday. And we will continue to have those on Tuesdays for the people that are unengaged and not listening to the podcast. I've heard the comment, I'd rather come to the safety meeting. Just so you know, we don't want to have those meetings, and we'd rather you listen to the podcast. We can't force anybody to listen, but we can make sure you're getting the information by having the safety meeting. It's not a discipline or punishment to you. It is a discipline and punishment to us because we've already put the information out there and we got to do it again. If you don't make it to the safety meeting, that's a problem because now you're not listening to the podcast and you are not coming to the safety meeting. You can only miss maybe 2 of those before we're like, you're not our person.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
So-
going to have to find success elsewhere.
Yeah. And,
Especially when everything about that safety meeting that's in the podcast is about making you better.
yep.
And it's clear you're making the choice you don't want to be better. You don't want to be engaged. You don't want to be involved. Leave me alone. Let me drive my truck. And it just doesn't work like that around here.
Yeah.
That's not who we are.
Honestly,
creed.
yep. I mean, I don't know how far we want to take this, but I mean, if you're not engaged, just go down the road.
Right.
That's my opinion. There's plenty of trucking companies out there that don't care if you're engaged or not, and they won't hassle you about it, and then You could just go do your thing. Or even better, you could go buy a truck, put your name on it, and do it the way you want. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, just don't drive around me is all, please.
Yeah.
Don't drive around me. Like as in around me.
Around me.
Like, don't drive near me. I don't want to be in your vicinity.
I don't want to
vicinity,
be,
yes.
Yeah, nor my family or anybody else.
Yep. Which leads me right into the next thing, and that's professionalism. Carry yourself like a pro. We're not just your average people. We are professional truck drivers. Show that you care. I mean, that's for me, when I have to deal with somebody here at JFW and I know they care, I love to pour into that person. For me, when I have to deal with somebody that's unengaged and clearly doesn't care about anything around here, it really makes it hard for me to want to help. But my job is to help, so I got to do it anyway. But make this job important. Be a pro. Show us that you take this job seriously and you want to be here.
Yeah, very, very frustrating, isn't it?
Could be. We have a lot of people that care.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There you go. Just talking about Mango Mike. I mean, I can make a list of probably 50 people real easy or more that care. Unfortunately, the people that don't stick out a little bit more. So,
yeah, it's like we talk, and how many times we brought it up. The one time we hit the gate, but it's that one time that the person doesn't care that it just overrides so much of the people that care.
Yep.
Because it's just frustrating.
Absolutely.
So if you don't care about doing a good job at your work and putting a great performance out there, so you achieve accolades and you feel very confident. Don't you think Bo Nix wants to do the very best job at quarterback that he can?
Nah, I'll just
and
squeak by.
right.
Yeah.
And to me that is like nature. Like that's something you want to do because this is your mission today. You're out there driving that truck. You're doing your job. So do it to the best of your ability and care that you take care of the truck. You check the oil. You are careful when you're turning corners. You're dumping your load in the right spot and all of those things because that's who you should be with your family, with your, all of the other aspects in your life. So include your work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what. Yeah, sorry, Jam.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just the whole caring part of it, because it's like profiling for me, like we talk about with the state patrol. When they roll up to your truck and all your hoses are dragging the deck plate, they open your door and trash falls out.
Right.
You've already profiled. What else aren't you doing? Jam says it all the time, and all the different stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
It's like what are we going to do?
That's what I was going to bring up is the old saying, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, And I just can't imagine showing up to work and not wanting to give my very best. Like, looking through my emails and, I'm not going to answer those. And, I got, 10 time off requests. I don't care about those. We gotta do our very best and make sure our people are taken care of. And we want that same effort out of the people that we serve.
I think it's, there's always these levels to things and to people and human beings, and we're all in different places in our lives. We're all dealing with different baggage and stuff. But it's so funny, Dave, you used Bo Nix, because I was going to do that, but I was going to use Fernando Mendoza, who just won the Heisman Trophy. And
I thought that was the president of Venezuela. I was like, what?
And it's so funny because all of these reels are coming out, about what an amazing guy he is. And they have been since he won. He just blew up when he won the Heisman, right? Mm-hmm. But he, now that he's, he won the Peach Bowl, I think it was, or the Chick-fil-A Bowl, whatever it was they played in, and then just the national championship Monday night.
Yeah.
And, these reels that they're putting up are like him speaking and giving accolades to the team and, praise God and this and that and the other. And then like the quarterback from Miami, they put him, a little clip of him at the podium, and he's like, yeah, there was a miscommunication in that, and we didn't get the ball where it needed to go, and it was like excuses, and that was right. I guess I look at that and you see, okay, here's Mendoza's bar up here, and it's clean, it's clear, it's seeable, it's understandable, and you look at the other guy and you're like, wow, where is his bar? It's not very high. So I don't know. It's just interesting, Dave, and we can sit back and see that, right? In those meetings, you can see that.
Oh, easy.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you want your bar?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough being in a room full of unengaged people.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Talk about an energy drainer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah.
sucks
Yeah.
sucks it right out of you.
Something that I think helps you with that too is, people have heard us mention Mick Walker before, but he asked Jim and I, when you guys die, what do you want on your headstone?
Yeah.
And there's
I think about that,
Right,
a
Dave?
lot, really.
Yeah.
How do you want to be remembered by people?
absolutely. So
Well, he was an ass, that guy, Super Dave. Jesus, I hated that guy. Do you want that?
Yeah,
I
they could
sure
just put bottom feeder on mine.
something good to think about.
So, what was your answer to Mick?
Oh man, it's so funny you bring that. Jen and I just talked about that last night.
Huh.
Like, what's our plans? What are we doing?
Mick was here in 2013. I think that was when we were working on all that stuff. And, it's whatever, 12 years, 13 years later, however it works out. But 10 years ago, I wasn't really thinking there. So when he asked, Dave, I hadn't really thought about that. 10 years later, I think about it more than I did then, And then if you go back 20 more years, you never really think about it as a younger person. You're building whatever, your family, you get young kids, making house payment, you get, trying to run your, work, and there's just so much.
I think what we came up with last night is you almost have to think of others. And what I mean by that is, God forbid, Jen and I are flying this weekend. If the plane goes down and we're dead and gone, Sam is stuck with saddling. How did they want to be buried? Where did they want to be buried? What do they want on their head? You know what I mean? All of that pressure falls on him.
Right.
And he has to make all those decisions. So to a degree, you have to sit back and go, well, let's not be selfish and put it on someone else. Let's take care of it ourselves and be prepared. So all he has to do is he opens up a file and goes, this is what they want.
Yeah.
And go from there. And I'm not saying that's easy. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, we haven't done it yet. I'm just using that as an analogy, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It is, Dave.
My mom is a perfect example because she doesn't want it to be hard on us. And literally, I know where the book is, and you open up the book, and if you can read, you can do it.
It's done.
Here's A, B, C, and D. Right?
Everything's taken care of, and here's the accounts, and here's the passwords, and
Jackie and I did it years ago, and I told my girls, I said, all you got to do is bring your tears. And they were like, Dad!
this is a wrong podcast for it, right? But you're making all these plans for this life. Like, do you ever think about, like, well, what's our plan after?
Yeah, the next life. Dan?
All right.
But does that have to do a lot with how you're living this life?
It has a lot to do with that.
And then what might end up on your tombstone, or what people say about you?
Yeah.
So,
all right.
What was what was the other quarterback's name, Dave? I told you played for the Broncos. He's really Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
So that was a thing I ran across a week or so ago. We were talking about it at the party. Is he was talking with a group of people, and he said, "Hey," he said, if I just dropped a penny and I was trying to look for it, rolled under one of the chairs here, probably most of you really wouldn't help me look because it's just a penny. But he said, if my wife was with me and she accidentally dropped her ring and it rolled under one of the chairs, I bet all you guys would be helping me look under the chair, for her ring.
Right.
And it just reminds me of our conversation here so are you basing your help, your effort on the worth of something?
Right.
And so what is this stuff worth here to you? Or what's your, like you said, Dave, the rest of your life, what's that worth? Your kids, your family, your relationships? What are you basing that worth on?
Really all connected.
To help, right?
It is, Dave. Hence Jam saying how you do one thing is probably how you do all things, right?
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, if you ain't squatting deep, you ain't checking your oil.
Man.
That didn't
Is he a
sound-
reverend? Tim Tebow, did he actually go to?
Seminary school?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably thinking more of a pastor. I doubt he's a reverend in a Catholic church.
Okay. Well, I don't know the terminology. Thanks for straightening me out on that. But he's super religious. He always was, and I just wondered if he continued with that.
Yeah.
I've never seen
sports
anything
and college and so forth.
like that, Dave.
Yeah.
That that kind of I don't know, signature or whatever you want to call it, or about him, but just the motivational speaker part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what this was a group of people interviewing for motivational speaker. But
He's
interesting
motivating,
stuff.
that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to go see him speak.
Yeah.
I would. I think he's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about the ruined fifth wheel?
No, let's just skip that.
All right. How do you ruin a fifth wheel?
Well, I don't think a lot of people know this, but we have special fifth wheels. Well, we don't have special fifth wheels. We have what's called no-tilt fifth wheels. It looks like an average fifth wheel, but it has a no-tilt design because of our frameless, and I have to emphasize that, frameless end-dump trailers. So our fifth wheel can't rotate back and forth like a normal fifth wheel. It has to be stationary, hence the term no-tilt. We have no-tilt fifth wheels on every one of our trucks because everyone pulls a frameless trailer
that tilts.
that tilts.
A frameless trailer tilts.
The
Yes.
pivots on the trailer side.
So when we hook to a lowboy or our flatbeds or our drop decks,
Any other trailer besides a frameless
true,
trailer.
any other trailer,
Any
Yes,
trailer.
a belly dump,
Doesn't-
yeah,
yes,
good
Dave.
point there, Jim.
Yeah, you couldn't name everything, Dave.
Right, yeah. If you want to pull anything besides
Besides our
an
end
end
dump.
dump, you need to twist those no-tilt pins out of the way so that fifth wheel can now hence tilt. We absolutely annihilated a fifth wheel on Monday, and to replace that fifth wheel is $3,000 with the plastic Teflon pads we have on there, so we don't have to run what we used to run called slick discs, and to replace those fifth wheels, they're not in stock. You have to order them. So we're going to wind up with just a standard steel fifth wheel on it, and we'll have to have a slick disc. That now we have to remember. Okay, now we have a fifth wheel that is required to have a slick disc. So we need to figure that out and go from there. So
Yeah.
it is imperative when you veer from what we normally do. You need to ask a lot of questions, and all of our safety team needs to help out and go, oh, he's pulling a different trailer. Take a look or remind it. Put it out there on dispatch. Send it in a text. Send it in Connect. Hey, just a reminder, did you undo your fifth wheel pins? Anything like that.
Right.
And it just kills us.
So just to clarify, right? So we had somebody pull an end dump, then they pulled a trailer other than an end dump, and they didn't unpin their fifth wheel.
Correct.
Right. So now the fifth wheel is stationary, and we're hooking up to
Another stationary.
another stationary object.
Yeah.
So there's no flex, there's no tilt, and that just ruined the fifth wheel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I say it it just broke it all apart. It's
Yeah.
broken. It's just broken. There's pieces out of it, pieces missing. I mean, you literally look at it, and if it were a car, you'd be like, oh, you had an accident yesterday?
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? It's just, there's just
Trash.
pieces, metal plate gone.
Yeah. And then as far as the slip disc, probably most everybody doesn't know what that is. That is a piece of hard, slippery plastic, basically, that goes onto your kingpin, and when you hook your trailer up, that provides the lubrication. You don't need to use grease. We don't grease our fifth wheels here, right? So basically, next time you unhook, look at your fifth wheel, and you'll see that slick disc is built into your fifth wheel, or it's not. And if it's not, we need to put a slick disc on there.
On any trailer you pull.
On any trailer, yeah, every trailer you pull.
Right.
And it's a little bit more of a pain to hook up, so come grab somebody from the safety team to help you get hooked up. It's not as simple. It's not hard, but, you got to watch out for a couple things.
They do suck, though, Jam. Remember
that's
how
why we got
many of
rid
them
of
did us, and then we try to get as much life out of them, so the centers are stretched, and we're holding them up with a shovel, and I mean, we used to do that. Oh my God!
Every single truck, truck had them.
Yeah.
You know, and then you pinch it in between the jaws, and you can't get the fifth wheel locked or unlocked, and but it's back to, that's still your truck, you guys, and your equipment and all that kind of stuff, and you guys really need to realize and understand what your equipment does.
Right.
Have some kind of knowledge of what your, if you've pulled any other truck and you've driven, for any other time, the fifth wheel on your other truck always tilted. It always flexed. It always moved.
When you disconnect from the trailer, every fifth wheel in the world drops in the back.
Yeah.
It sits there. It's tilted.
In ours, geez, what are these locks for? That has to move, and
if you don't know what we're talking about, just come see me, and I could just point out these blocks, how we pin them and unpin them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very easy to look at. We don't have to unhook anything. We could just show you what we're talking about on the fifth wheel. But when you hook up to your end dump, right? If you ever had to hook up to an end dump, you'll notice that fifth wheel plate is pointing down. You know what I mean? So just picture that when you get under it. That's the part that flexes, and our fifth wheel is stationary. Versus when you hook up to any other trailer, our fifth wheels are actually tilted up, towards the front.
Yeah.
And then that's how you back under your trailer. So, also, if you do know what we're talking about, and you do know that you have a tractor that requires you to use a slip disc, right? Please let us know, because we need. Brother Dave asked me this morning. Me and JR did you guys know we have 3 trailers that use it? Is it slick disc or slip?
Slick.
I've
always said
slick.
slick.
Like
I
it's
think
a
that's
slick
what-
surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what was on the box originally.
Yeah, so it's been so long, I don't even remember what they're called, right?
Yeah.
But Brother Dave asked us this morning, do you know we have 3 trailers with slick disc? I'm like, I haven't seen a slick disc around here.
Yeah, we're supposed to have 2, and now we'll have 3 because, like I say, that
Right. Yeah, we used to
the
keep,
actual replacement fifth wheel is $3,000, and you have to order it. So we're going to be out forever, and we can get one,
Right.
within a week or so here if we just go with an all steel one for $2,000 and add the slick disc to it.
right. Yeah, I just remember all those partially used slick discs that we would keep in the
Right.
shed.
Oh, it was a mess around
I need
here.
a slick disc. Oh, go in there. Up, that one sucks. Up, that one sucks. Up, that
Yeah.
one's roomed up. This
Sometimes
one.
we'd find them on the block out behind the back of the trailer.
Yeah.
They
Oh, that
one
one
looks good.
Or the ones that are all warped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were everywhere.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about the calendar contest and how winners are picked, because it really seems like we played favorites with Francisco Alvarez. He won it all.
We did, man. He's my buddy.
You guys go. You guys go have coffee on
Yeah.
Sundays.
I mean, he split that winnings 3 ways with Jim and I.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Didn't you get your piece?
I mean, I do. I just give him extra PTO, and he pays it. So it's all good.
Yeah, I tried to explain it, Jam, and maybe the couple of guys at the party there, we Ann prints out every one of the pictures that was sent to her. And if anybody's been upstairs in the conference room where we're sitting now, we spread the pictures all over the conference table. And I don't think Holly was with us this year, but the year before and the year before, there's 4 of us. There was Ann, Holly, and me and Dave. And there's no numbers on the trucks.
We don't know who they are.
We don't know the drivers. We don't know anything.
It's anonymous.
It's anonymous, and Ann knows every picture. She might have it written on the back or whatever, but we go through and it is just what catches our eye. That's all it is. The best picture. And in the years past, we tried to go back and go, okay, he's got it once, no, he's got it twice, and we tried to separate it out, Jam, and try
only after we chose the calendar, right?
right, and
Yeah.
and trying to make it fair. And this year we were to the same point, and we're like, oh, this picture is really good, but let's say Francisco already had one, so we picked another picture, and it was Francisco's. Then we picked another picture, and it was Francisco's, and we're like, he's made the effort. He's got a good eye. I don't know how to.
He did it with 2 different trucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like that was just one truck. He was constantly. He did it in 2 different trucks.
Yeah, and we try to, put a bulker, an equipment, a super. We try to, we do with the theme. Like if it's a January picture, it might have some snow. That's about the only thing we really change up.
Yeah, we try and coordinate the picture with the months.
Yeah.
Sure.
Winter, summer, spring, fall, right?
Yeah. And I mean, back to the old saying, it might sound a little rough, but not everybody gets a participation trophy just because you sent a picture in. It doesn't work that way. And that's all of us picking that picture. One of us might go, no, we don't like that picture.
Right.
And pretty much, unless all of us agree on it, it doesn't get picked, Jim.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So again, Francisco, great job.
Yeah,
man.
kudos to you, man.
But it's
thought it was
open.
great.
It's open to anybody. And we had a lot of pictures, but what do you think, Dave? 10 guys? Maybe 15 really sent pictures in?
Oh, no, we had a lot more than that.
Yeah, you think?
Oh, yeah. We filled this table with.
I just don't know how he makes any money running loads if he's so busy taking pictures.
I guess my point is, send your picture in.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Doesn't matter how many.
Hey, you know what though?
Participate.
The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Francisco's a great driver.
Right.
Yeah.
We have no problem. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Don't start acting up, Francisco. But he is very consistent and he does a great job.
Yeah, engaged. I mean, those photos were incredible.
Yep.
And it wasn't like he took the same photo every time. It was here, there, different angle. They were great.
Yeah.
They were great. I mean, what did he make? Probably at least
I never added it up.
And then if you want to take it further about the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, I mean, you could tell by his family, by the birthday wishes and anniversary wishes that his wife and his kids send him.
There you go.
True. Yeah.
Like everything's on the positive, like the up and up and super positive with Francisco.
Yeah.
So,
Isn't that great?
yeah.
There's just proof what that attracts in life.
Yep.
There you go. Yep. All right. Let's talk about what's next.
What is next?
Well, I mean, we always talk about the building and the R23 and, maybe a holiday that's coming up. But today we're going to talk about electronic DVIRs. That was brought up in the holiday party, and that's something we're going to make a transition to effective March 1st. We are going to be testing it with drivers throughout February, and maybe even the end of this month. But I asked JR, like, hey, can you throw something together just about the benefits of a DVIR? I was looking for like 5 bullet points. Like, this is good,
You got 2 pages up.
and in JR's usual fashion, we have quite a bit of information here. So thank you,
great.
JR.
Yeah, it's awesome. What is there, like 10 bullet points on there or
I
something?
mean, he's got, we'll just get into it. Benefit 1 is a real-time maintenance visibility. We're going to have instant alerts. The moment a driver identifies a defect, for example, a cracked mirror, a low tire pressure, the shop is notified. We no longer have to wait for the truck to return to the yard to begin repairs. So right there, how awesome is that? Somebody marks something down out on the road, like they don't have to write it up when they get back to the yard, like, oh, boom, the shop knows. Photo evidence. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Drivers can attach multiple photos to a defect report, allowing the mechanics to identify and order necessary parts before the truck even hits the shop floor.
Yeah, and a little, not to interrupt you, Jim, little pointer for the photo. Don't make the photo so close you can't see what the reference is.
Yeah.
If you have a crack, back up and show where the crack is, like I'm making it up, on the spring or on the frame. So just a little tip
We
on
can
the
always
photos.
zoom in on those photos.
Yeah,
That's what I think a lot of people forget.
Can't zoom out,
So,
can you?
No, can't zoom out.
Yeah, it's just-
Because a lot of times it's so close, we're like, we don't even know what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay,
There's a crack, but there's...
On what?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
55 feet.
Is this a steer
truck and
tire,
trailer.
a leaf spring, a trailer, a frame rail? What is it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's kind of like an accident too. If there's damage, we don't need, a portrait picture of it. We want we want far away and up close.
Yeah.
This way we could see what's going on.
Yep.
So, closing the loop. The system creates a seamless handoff between the shop and the driver. Mechanics sign off digitally, and the next driver, whether the same person or a slip seat driver, is automatically notified during their pre-trip if a defect was reported, if it was fixed, or if a major issue is still pending. So that's beautiful. Some feedback we used to get from drivers is, how come the mechanics don't tell us if they fix something or not? And it was just something that they weren't doing, right? So now you'll know right away if it was taken care of. Accountability and trend tracking. Moving to electronic DVIRs creates a permanent digital history for every asset. Leadership can identify recurring breakdowns, allowing for better preventative maintenance and investigations into ongoing issues. Love it. Crucial update. To address the discovery of trucks running significantly low on oil, up to 3 gallons low, coincidentally, we are implementing a 4-photo walk-around requirement for every pre-trip and post-trip. This includes verifying oil dipsticks and antifreeze levels to ensure our equipment is being treated with care. So basically, you'll have to take a picture of your dipstick in the morning showing that there's oil on it.
Yep.
I think that's amazing.
It's-
That solves the problem of this truck being 3 gallons low on oil.
Oh, I know my truck. I don't need to check it.
Nope, you'll
How
need to
many
check
times
it.
have we heard that over the
Oh,
years?
yeah.
And then you pop the hood and it's like, dude, that's 1.5 gallons low.
So to get by with this, you're going to have to go take a picture of your buddy's dipstick.
Oh,
I mean, if that's what you're into, right? The cool thing is you can't upload a picture from your photo gallery,
yeah,
so you can't use the same picture repeatedly.
right.
That is awesome.
Yeah, just do it the right way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, and I think JR had told me this. If you don't complete your pre-trip, the system will not let you sign in.
I think
Is that true?
I don't think that's true, but we're gonna know that your pre-trip's not done. It's gonna be, instead of us, because right now, if somebody doesn't want to do a pre-trip, they just don't do it and they don't turn it in a box. We'll be able to see that truck ran and there was no pre-trip done.
Right.
So, yeah. But I think you could still sign in and drive. I mean, there is a workflow where when you come in and you sign into your Samsara, the pre-trip comes up right away. I don't know. I honestly don't know, so I shouldn't answer that. But we're going to find out. How's that?
Oh, we will.
Oh, we will. Benefit 2, compliance and audit readiness. Streamlined DOT inspections. During the roadside inspection, drivers can present a clean, organized digital log on their device rather than searching through a messy glove box for paper forms. Data integrity. Every report is backed by GPS tags and timestamps. This proves the inspection was performed at the vehicle, eliminating the risk of falsified reports and ensuring pencil whipping becoming a thing of the past. Rapid reporting. Administrators can pull fleet-wide compliance records or reports in seconds, replacing the hours spent on auditing physical binders. So that is something, I don't know if that just reminds me of, if we have a major accident, what was that?
I don't know. It was a weird vibration. It was loud.
If we have a major accident where our lawyers want us to preserve evidence, so that's something typically if there was, an injury, we got to pull the last 30 days of DVIRs, and trying to go through them and find them could be a pain, and then there's one missing. So this will all be consolidated in one electronic place, which I love. Benefit 3, driver satisfaction and retention. Efficiency. Electronic DVIRs are significantly faster than paper. Drivers complete their inspections accurately and get on the road sooner. Well, it's not faster than not doing one, but it's definitely faster than doing a paper one.
It's not the right thing, Jim.
Yeah, nothing's faster than not doing it.
Improved communication. Drivers feel more supported when they see their reported issues tracked and resolved promptly. I think that is a big thing. Safety culture. This transition shifts the mindset from filling out paperwork to proactive safety management. Love it. Seems like a win-win-win so far.
Mm-hmm.
Road breakdown and shop support. We are introducing the documents tile in Samsara to handle over-the-road issues. Instead of emailing photos to the shop, drivers will create a road breakdown document directly in the app. Efficiency. Mechanics receive the truck number, location, and photos instantly. Accuracy. Mechanics can bring the correct tools and parts the first time, getting the driver back on the road faster. Paper trail. Every breakdown is logged for future reference. Damage and incident reporting. Drivers can now report damage or incidents occurring at the plants, pits, or customer sites through the same documents tile. This ensures that any property damage or site-specific issues are documented immediately with photo evidence. The bottom line, this switch is about more than just going green. By moving away from paper, we are consolidating our workflows into a single organized system. This gives leadership a bird's eye view of fleet health, ensures our drivers are operating safe equipment, and protects the company during audits.
Well put.
Thanks, JR.
Win-win.
That was awesome. Thanks
Yeah,
for
that's
putting
great.
that together. Any other what's next items for you guys? Any noteworthy things happening out of yard 23?
I just want to back up and add a little bit to that because I'm super excited about that picture of the lights on the tailgate.
Oh yeah.
Because how many times do you hear in the morning, someone gets called out like, "Hey, did you know that light was out?" "Oh, when I checked it this morning, it was on."
It was out. It was on 30 seconds ago in my spot.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that can happen.
Yeah.
It can happen, and it has.
Happens a lot.
I'm being serious. It has happened, right? Where the light, it was working, yeah. And then when they drive out, the headlight did go out or whatever. But
You know what else you can see in the picture of the taillights?
the tailgate open,
Is it swept off?
right?
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot just to the back of that trailer that
Yeah.
we know what kind of job you're doing, right?
Yep.
And I'm super excited about it. It's going to be great. It's kind of like the cameras. It's just going to make us a little better. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
I'm excited to see, I know it's a change for the shop. I feel like we're getting some mixed excitement out of the shop, but I have a feeling it's going to really change things
I think
around.
so too.
Yeah.
They're all Samsara gurus.
Oh, yeah.
Out there, you know,
Every
what I mean?
single
They have
one
it
of
on their phones. They look
Yeah.
everybody up. They know when a truck's coming in.
Yep.
You know, it's gonna eliminate. I heard JR calling yesterday. He was getting mileages for the oil change stickers off of trucks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the first one I called, I was like, oh, he's working on this. So Samsara is going to notify our shop. Hey, I'm making it up. 003 needs an oil change. It's due for oil change. Oh, it's due for air filter. It's due for, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. So we can do our shorts off of that. Everything. I mean, it's a win-win.
Samsara has been a win-win.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Samsara program, to be able to, now start, we started off with just, having like, what do they call it? Fleetmatics
Right.
and a camera and coaching. Then it's taken over our safety bonus program where, we're using it for that. And now to be able to, use something else that program, has available is amazing. When we hear about something with Samsara, like, we already think it's going to be good, or it's going to become good because they're just, they are leaders in that industry for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, everything they do is money. So they need to come up with a payroll system.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
outstanding, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and the dispatch system.
Well, they have some kind of dispatch system on. I don't know if it would work for us, but I'm sure it works well for over-the-road companies.
I bet it does work really well for over the road.
Yeah.
Pretty simplified.
All right. No questions from the audience. Safety topic of the week. Yesterday we had a backing accident with our trainer and trainee. Trainee was driving, and I just want to emphasize, when you're driving the truck, I know Armando just went through his tips and tricks last week about having a ground guide. You're still the captain of the ship, whether somebody's on the ground or not. And I'm not even saying this was a situation from yesterday, but when you're backing a truck up, just because you got somebody telling you to come on, it doesn't mean you have to come on, right? If you have a feeling in your gut like, I just want to see what's back there. I know he's
Absolutely.
telling me to come on, but I want to get a visual. Pop your brakes on and walk back. And if your ground guide is like throwing his hands up like, what's up, dude? I got you. Just tell him, listen, I want to see with my own eyes what's behind me, and kind of get a visual, because ultimately I'm responsible for this truck, not you. I can't be like, oh, well, Brother Dave was telling me to come on. So, I just kept on going, so.
Yeah, through years you learn that, Jam. The very first place I learned that, we were on a job site and there was caissons down in the basement, and it was a big enough building you could run the truck down inside and dump. And I had somebody backing me up, and he was on driver's side, so I could see him. And sure enough, he backed the trailer right into one of the caissons.
He did?
He did. The guy I was following, right? He did, right? The guy I was listening to, and then he stops me and stuff like that, and I missed the caisson. But with the spreader lip of the trailer, I bent the rebar over in the caisson and had rebar sticking out of the caisson. And guy's like, "Oh, no big deal. I'm sorry, I didn't see that." And he goes, "I'll just straighten those right up. No big deal." And so he walks over to the rebar and grabs a hold of it and goes to straighten it, and it was big enough rebar that it snapped off. Instead of just bending, it was brittle and it snapped off in the caisson. "Oh no, I'm in trouble now. They're going to have to drill the caisson, re-drill the caisson, reset all this, and nothing ever came of it on my side."
Sure.
But I was like, I can't, just never again.
Yeah.
Except for the bent spreader lip, huh?
Right, Dave. Right, and then and we just had the circumstances. We had over at Yard 23, we had that one truck that got stuck, just on the other side of the fuel tank that we all got unstuck that morning.
Oh yeah,
And there was Ken was there, Dave was there, Scooby was there. We were pulling with the one loader. I was driving the truck, the whole bit. And at some point, I'm watching, brother Dave, and Dave's like, it's all right. Come on back, come on, keep going. And in my mirror, it just didn't look right. And I was like, bullshit. And I just hit the brakes and said, whoa, I just stopped everybody. I'm like, I can't see. Are we okay? Dave's like, what'd you stop for? No,
I got you.
He didn't, but it you just can't. Like you said, you have to be the captain of the ship, or stop and get out and go. Okay, where are we? Communicate with everybody.
Yeah.
I can't see this. Are you sure I'm missing that, or vice versa?
Yeah, get out. Hey, thanks for the partnership. I just want to put some eyes on it closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're the ground guy, don't get offended. If I was guiding Super Dave back and I was telling him come on, he set the brakes and said, "Hey, I want to look for myself," I'd be like, "Go ahead and look."
Yeah. Dave didn't.
It doesn't make me a bad spotter.
Brother Dave didn't get mad at me. He's like, it was okay, and I'm like, I don't care.
That was jacked.
Yeah,
it was a jacked spot. We had two loaders. We were pulling two different directions. We were next to the
building girders.
Yeah, I mean it was tight. It was awkward, and there were about 5 people involved in that one. Yep. That wasn't just one guy and another guy.
Yeah.
So
another example I like to give people is when we're hooking up trailers. I actually use you guys as an example. After we hook up a trailer, I always try to bring the driver back and I shine my flashlight to show him that bar is across the kingpin.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I quote, "I don't care if Jim and Dave White hooked this trailer up. I'm going to check this."
Absolutely. Jim.
You want to know for yourself that that's good. You want to make sure your cotter pins are in your landing gear. Yep. It doesn't matter who is back here. When you leave, you're responsible. You are the captain of that ship. So
make sure that handle's in the fifth wheel.
Yep.
Right? Not that it's in and hooked.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep. All right. You guys ready for Armando, the Sergeant of All's tips and tricks? I'm super excited about this one.
Number 35.
Number 35.
It was good to see him last week at the shindig.
Yeah. Yep. Also, shout out to Armando. I forgot to mention this, but he is almost at his 20-year mark in the military, and
Is he really? That is awesome.
He's about to retire from that, and he will not have to take his weekends anymore. And
wow.
Yeah, he's pretty excited to be finished, But what an accomplishment!
Yeah, serving our country.
Right? Yeah, 20 years.
We are blessed to have him.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
and the job that he does on these tips and tricks is amazing. So he's got a permanent position on the tips and tricks team.
Absolutely.
Number 35 is actually call team, and he does use it as an acronym, TEAM. Good morning, JFW family. Welcome back to another week of tips and tricks. Please remember that the purpose of these tips and tricks are just ways for us to be helpful, better, and safer drivers on the road. Let's be JFW professionals. Are we just another trucking company, or are we the best trucking company? We're the best because we work together. From logistics, mechanics, wash bay to the drivers, we're all one. When I worked at U.S. Express, Halliburton, Brandon Ready Mix, and U.S. Foods, I didn't feel like I was part of a team. Nothing against those jobs. Every single job was good. However, I always wonder why I just couldn't stick with them. Coming to JFW finally gave me that answer, because we're a team. Sunday through Saturday, on holidays, on vacations, going hunting or fishing or taking leave, we are still communicating. Sure, not everybody probably feels that way, and that's okay, but this is a place you can call home away from home. Let's continue to look out for each other and coach ourselves and others to be better. Always ask for help when needed. I've had drivers call me while I was on leave, and I've stopped whatever I was doing and helped them on whatever they needed. I could just picture him shooting a machine gun and be like, oh, hold on, JFW needs you. Help each other out on the road, on the pits, and on the yards. If you're going to a new location for the first time, ask for directions on how to get there. Remember that dispatch is always busy. Call it in on the company radio and ask for help. I'm 100% sure that a driver will help you. Call it on the radio when you see a reckless driver on the road. Let other drivers know what's happening all around. If you see a JFW driver on the side of the road, ask if they need help. If you're side by side, behind or approaching another JFW driver, check and see if they might have forgot to close their tailgate or turn on their lights or close or open their tarp all the way. Ask for a spotter if you have trouble backing into a bin. Drivers, let's not ignore when help is needed. Let's show every trucking company why we're the best fleet. Try not to be that driver who just doesn't care about anyone else and just wants to clock in, drive, and clock out. Let's all work together as a team. Please let me know on Connect Team what you think about this week's tips and tricks, and thank you all again for listening and for the positive feedback. Let's start doing things the JFW way. Until next week, Armando, the Sergeant Del Val, 0073, and then the acronym he uses for team is Together, Everyone Achieves More.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love that.
That is
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's exactly what we were talking about.
Right.
Yep.
Spot on.
Yep. And he
It's
just,
funny, we started the podcast and have had this theme
yes.
through the whole
Yep.
thing about
And he sent this to me this morning. So
Isn't
it
that
wasn't,
funny?
yeah, we weren't in cahoots. So I'm really excited to see if the High Road Haul-In lines up with this today.
No.
We are not in cahoots either. But Soup, it's that time. You want to hit us with that High Road Haul-In?
Sure.
Sure.
So I was thinking about passion. And, it was mostly about, the Broncos going to the AFC Championship game. And these guys have passion for what they do. They love the game. And therefore, they try harder. They excel in doing the job. So then I started Googling around and finding some things about passion. So there's more to life than just following your passion, right?
Right.
Absolutely. For instance, not all passions earn an income, or at least not in the near term. And most of us have families to care for, mouths to feed, and bills to pay. So yes, there needs to be more than just passion. There also needs to be some passion too. When you discover something that nourishes your soul and brings you joy and excitement, something that truly matters to you, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. Even if you can only spare a little time on the side. The key is to realize it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Be intentional about how you spend your time. In the end, purpose is the reason you journey, and passion is the fire that lights your way. Without passion, it's impossible to progress in life. The heart of human excellence begins to beat when you discover a pursuit, big or small, that absorbs you, frees you, challenges you, and gives you a sense of meaning. Some resist this fact and think passion is just fluff. Well, that's nonsense. Honestly, the saddest, mentally stable people I've ever met in life are the ones who don't have a deep passion about anything at all. Passion and satisfaction go hand in hand, and without them, any happiness is only temporary, because there's nothing meaningful behind it to make it last. So remember, if there was ever a day to follow your heart and do something small that matters to you, today is the day. Here are some little things worth remembering. Life is to be enjoyed, not endured. Unlike other things in life, money, entertainment, obligations, etc., Time is the one thing you can never get back once it's gone. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. When you focus your heart and mind upon a meaningful purpose and commit yourself to fulfill that purpose a little bit of every day, positive energy gradually floods into your life. Of course, we can't do it all and we can't have it all. Sometimes we have to say no to good things and be able to say yes to the most important things. Sometimes we have to take little risks with our time and energy, but in life, if you don't risk anything, you risk everything. So go ahead and take a little risk today, feel some passion, discover love, follow your heart, and revel in the magic that life is all about. And the quote this week is by some, obscure dude that maybe you've heard of. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that counts, it's the life in your years. Spoken by Abraham Lincoln.
Obscure.
Right? Who's Abraham Lincoln?
So
Honest Abe.
follow your passion, everybody, even if it's just something little that you can take a short moment out of your day to day, and use that passion to improve your life today.
I still think that falls in with our stuff today,
100%.
Dave, because have some passion.
Yeah.
Have some
Absolutely.
passion for your life, for your relationships, for your job. Find passion.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine, Casey O'Day, on my show this past Sunday, and he's a beekeeper. I mean, that's not what he does. I mean, he's a beekeeper, but that's not how he makes money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You want to talk about passion about something, man. He is like in love with the bees, and he's just so passionate, and the way he talks about it. I mean, it made me want to be a beekeeper. I'm like, that's cool. Is that my passion though? It could be, but
that's awesome, Jim.
Yeah, it was very interesting to learn about the bees. Not the birds and the bees. I already knew about them, but the actual bees and what goes into making honey, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So,
It's very complicated to keep those bees alive. I've read a little bit about it, and there's some disease or something that's killing
mites is the biggest, and every beehive, I know we're off in the weeds here, every single beehive will have mites, but it's how many mites do you have, right? So
Wow,
if you have
I didn't know that.
if you have a certain amount, you got to treat it for the mites. Another thing you got to worry about is them swarming. If there's a lot of mites, that queen might just be like, there's too many mites here, we're out, and then or your whole colony could die, or there is a lot.
I know there's such a shortage of bees, like in California, because that's a business. You load up bees and you take them to fields.
Oh wow!
To
pollinate. Yeah, that was
get all of your, everything, all the trees, everything they grow out there, all of that stuff. And I know here several years ago there was such a shortage. A group showed up and started stealing the bees.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was. It's a thing. What he's into it's important.
There is a thing called bee robbing, which has nothing to do with them stealing the bees, but other swarms will try to rob your hive of the honey. Yeah.
And then there's like the super wasps that I don't know the names of them that will show up. They're like giant wasps or whatever.
I don't like any wasp.
Right, and they will kill a colony of bees. Literally, like one wasp can easily kill.
Yeah, they're
like 10,000.
They're huge. They're like 2 inches long.
Yeah. And they're like a super killer. They eat them up. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's my buddy. I was like, "How many bees do you have?" And he's like, "Between 85 and 100." I'm like, "That's not very many." He's like, 85 and 100,000.
Wow,
like that's a lot of bees.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts, guys? My thought was on bees.
Bees. How important bees are.
Yeah.
Aren't bees not supposed to fly too?
Bumblebees.
Bumblebees are not supposed to be able to fly.
Yeah. Honeybees fly.
That's on the wall at NASA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be too big and too round, and their little bitty wings.
They shouldn't be able to.
They're not. Their wings aren't big enough, but
yeah.
But no one told them they could.
They do.
Right.
Yeah.
They defy the laws of physics.
I mean, I could just keep going. Like the jobs that the bees have, like some of them are nurse bees. They take care of the babies. You obviously have the queen. Then you have drones, which are the boy bees that, go scouting, and they also, mate with the queen. And yeah, it's wild, man. It's
so
pretty
cool.
wild. Yep.
Absolutely.
No final thoughts?
Yeah, I was just, I don't know, I think mine's a little off of what we've talked today, which I usually match up, but I just ran across for everybody to keep in perspective as we start into the new year here. There's always something else going on in people's lives, but I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them today. So someone is taking their last breath in a hospital bed, and you're annoyed because you're stuck in traffic. Someone is spending their first night alone after years filled with love, and you're upset because your partner didn't wash the dishes. Someone has been trying to get pregnant for years without success, and you're angry your child spilled milk on the sofa. Someone had to bury their mother today, and you are irritated because your mom called you twice. Someone wishes for one single last conversation with their father, and you roll your eyes at his well-meant advice. So, perspective, everybody.
Yeah.
Take it into the new year here, and keep in mind, there's always something going on in somebody's life.
Like it.
I can't top that.
Nope. Anything else there, Soup?
Nope, bring a little bit of passion into your life today. It'll make your life better today.
That's great.
Love it.
It's true.
Yep. I'm not going to top that either. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the Channel 23 podcast. Hit that follow button. Tell all your friends and family about us. That'll help us somehow. I don't know. But
Yeah,
let's,
hey, I had it in there and I want to mention it. Sorry, I'm going to back up, Jim. I know
Great.
we're about to wrap up here.
no.
What was my note here? I just wanted to. About in the tips and tricks here, Armando, and I know he starts them here every day. Let me see if I can find it. Please remember the purpose of these tips and tricks are just ways for us to be helpful, better, and safer drivers on the road. Let's be JFW professionals. And I wanted to mention that as you're reading, I almost interrupted you, is back to, we don't want to be doing the in-person safety meetings. We do not want to be doing them. That's the reason for this podcast. And here's just another guy. He's passionate about what he does, Armando, and he served his country and all this stuff. He takes the time. He's not being paid for this. This is out of the kindness of his heart to make all of us better. And this is something you'll get out of the podcast. Just by listening to the podcast, you don't get this in our safety meetings.
Nope.
So please, if you're listening to the podcast and you're religious about it, and I know there's so many people are, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Pass this on to other people. And, again, for the people that maybe were in that meeting, hopefully, and listen this week, thank you for a shout out. Thank you for listening. You'll never get more tips and tricks on how to be a better truck driver and probably a human being than this short hour and a half or 2 hours. So that was.
I would be surprised if they could look at you and go, I didn't get anything out of this.
My brain's going in a million different directions right now. Number one, not only does Armando not get paid for it, Armando's been out on FAMLI leave, because he just had a baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's still pumping
Well, let's
these.
clarify, his wife just had a baby.
Well, it
Depends.
takes two people to do that.
Only one of them actually gives birth. But, yeah, he cut the umbilical cord, I'm sure. But out for 12 weeks on FAMLI, and every week he still pumps these out. He missed like 1 week, but I miss a week of doing stuff too. And
Right.
for him to be gone and still be engaged.
That's huge.
And why is he engaged? Because he wants to help.
Yeah, he's passionate. I mean, there's something, everything we've talked about, and I guess that's what I wanted to mention. I should have just done it instead at the end, but we don't want to have you guys in the safety meetings. And then we briefly talked about it, how disengaged you look at the safety meetings. It's just so discouraging because you don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. Just listen to the podcast
Because we will continue with the safety meetings.
Yeah.
We're I don't want to say we're stuck. We are regulated. We have to protect ourselves.
Yep. And it's all to do with insurance and being a better company. And we will be there. We will march on because we're passionate.
We will guaranteed have those meetings.
Oh yeah. The other place my brain went is us having a table down there and like just doing a podcast in front of them all from beginning to end with no mics.
Early morning podcast.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, I was telling my buddy Virginia Tim on my way home yesterday. Like he's like, "Oh, I was work today." I was like, just telling him, "Oh, we had him." He's like, "Oh, you're having those safety meetings?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "How was it?" I'm like, "Bro, like I'm we're in a room full of people that don't care.
Yeah.
It's hard. And he's like, because he listens to the podcast every week. I have a friend in Virginia that's not a trucker that listens to the podcast every week because he finds it informative.
Yeah.
We got Marshall who works next door. He listens to the podcast every week. Not only that, but he's the only non-JFW employee that is in Connect Team because he wants to take the knowledge challenge. And he doesn't work here.
Yeah.
I saw that the other day. I was searching for a driver to get their their Saturday group.
And Marshall's name
I see
popped up.
Marshall's name in there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's in Connect because he listens to the podcast and takes the quiz.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, right on, man.
It was funny. I saw him the other day, and he's like, oh, man, I saw all those plans canceled. I was like, you guys aren't going to be busy today.
I told Dave about it too, Jam. I don't think I told you guys, but when my brother-in-law and sister were here for Christmas, they came over Sunday after Christmas, and we had dinner, and they were headed back. They live in North Dakota, and Chris asked, that's his name. He said, "How's the building going?" And I said, "Oh, we're doing this and this." And he goes, "Yeah, I seen you guys this and this." And he was talking all this stuff, and I was like, "How do you know that, Chris?" He goes, "Oh, I listen to the podcast."
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like, "Oh man, thank you. I appreciate
and that's
that."
Holly's brother? Like
brother-in-law, but yeah.
Oh, Holly's brother-in-law.
her sister's
husband.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I was just there again, non-employee, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm spending a bunch of time on the road traveling." He's an electrician, and he goes, "Nothing better than listening to your podcast."
That's what my buddy said. He's like, don't your drivers drive? I'm like, yeah. He's like,
It is fun. I mean, so many people listen to something while they're driving.
Right.
Janet's been listening to books on tape. She's part of the book club, and that's how she doesn't have time at night to just sit and read for hours. So she has a commute every morning and every night. She puts it in. She's like, my commute feels like 5 minutes. It's not. But when I listen to a book on tape, more or less the same as listening to a podcast, right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it while you're driving.
All right, guys. Let's say the creed and get on out.
Sounds good.
Together we face and overcome all that stands before us. Together we are accident free. Together we joyfully create honest value for those we serve. Together we celebrate our differences and respect those with whom we work. Together we are accountable for our words and our actions. Together we are the JFW family. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being engaged. Thanks for being professionals. We will catch you next week.
Let's go Broncos.
Everybody be safe.
I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-looking for another load. Well, it's a family tradition, any Rocky Mountain day. Our fathers before us showed us the way. We work for asphalt cowboys and concrete kings, but that's never been a problem, cause we got diesel in our veins. We've got diesel in our veins. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just looking for another load. I hear there's a couple million tons to move. I see them everywhere. So you best get out their way and watch that sand and gravel disappear. There's another run to make. We gotta get it there on time. And we got what it takes to lay it all out on the line. We'll lay it all out on the line. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just looking for another load. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks got the best drivers in town. They got all the tools they need to keep that hammer down. When they hit them scales, they won't need to dodge them, won't need to duck them. They just keep that hammer down, and they keep that diesel trucking. Keep that hammer down, and keep that diesel trucking. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-looking for another load. They just keep them doors a-closed, keep them butts in their seats, 'cause those customers are calling, and those red trucks can't be beat. They've gotta put the hammer down and pick up another load. Get it off the ground, keep them eyes open and on the road. Keep them eyes open on the road. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just looking for another load. Breaker 23, anybody got a copy on that Channel 23 podcast? Welcome, and thanks for listening.